Narcissists want others to think that they're calm, composed, and not triggered by anything at all. They want you to believe that they do not have any needs and want nothing from you because they are self-sufficient. But all of that is just a facade, because no one is more needy than a narcissist, and no one gets more triggered than them when things do not happen their way or when you do not behave the way they want you to. There are things that make them lose their shit and expose their true intentions. But what are these things? Let's find out in this episode. Hi, I am Danish, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. In this episode, we will talk about 4 things that trigger a narcissist the most and expose their real side. If that is what you would love to learn more about, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel by pressing the subscribe button and push that bell icon to stay updated with everything latest that I post over here. Also, if you're listening to this episode on a podcast channel, make sure to subscribe and follow as well. Let's get started. Number 1. If you do not provide the narcissist with the level of intense time, focus, and attention, they get angry, punitive, suspicious, and accuse you of being selfish or having an affair. They need you like a baby needs its mother all the time. They can't afford to see you focusing on other people's needs, including yours. The moment you are gone, they feel abandoned and betrayed, and that betrayal triggers shame, which gets covered by unprocessed rage and anger. As a result, they start lashing out, become jealous, and act out of pathological envy to punish you for being disloyal to them, which also explains why their accusations are so diabolical and unreal. They may accuse you of cheating or giving more importance to your cat than them. In the worst case, they may attack the thing they believe is stealing your attention. The crazy thing about this delusional thinking is that they get triggered by things that do not make any sense, like taking care of the needs of your newborn baby, spending time alone, or doing basic things that do not need the involvement of the other person, in this case your partner, paying attention to your pet, or doing something that does not involve serving their ego in general. All of this is rooted in their lack of object constancy and permanence. They do not believe in the existence of something they do not see or experience constantly. It is pretty black and white. Did you experience this overwhelming demand from the narcissist to be hyper-focused on them? If yes, drop your answers below and help other survivors feel validated. Number 2. If you're confident and independent and have opinions that differ from theirs, the narcissist becomes furious and belittles you. They see your difference of opinions, beliefs, or anything else as defiance, not individuality. They have to have you like and do the same things as them. They need you to depend on their feedback to have a perception about anything. They must be the source of everything you do, say, think, or believe. The moment they feel they have lost control and you are individuating, they grab you by the neck and put you in the same psychological prison, and in some cases physical one, that you try to escape. They need you to have zero self-esteem, confidence, and worth to be able to feed on you and force you into giving them supply. They're aware that if you become your own person and build self-confidence, they will lose you and you will never return. Therefore, they use fear, obligation, and guilt to keep you under their spell and crush the sapling of your freedom on sight before it becomes their kryptonite. Also, your individualization is a form of narcissistic injury to them. It's like you're questioning someone who supposedly knows everything and is unchallengeable. You are trying to separate from someone who owns you and sees you as a possession. Number 3. If you expect sympathy, priority, fidelity, consistency, compassion, devotion, and consideration from the narcissist, they consider it as an attempt to control them, therefore they push you away. A narcissist needs to be given the rights of a king or a queen, but wants to have a toddler's accountability. They expect you to put up with their shitty and abusive behavior and never question their authority, have zero needs, ask for nothing in return, keep giving, and let them have things their way. Basically, they want you to become a doormat that lets them walk all over itself and never complains, but they can complain if you are not bending enough. They get annoyed when you ask them for anything, when you hold them accountable, or when you expect them to be compassionate and stop causing you pain through their abusive behavior. Why? Because they believe they owe you nothing and you're making their life difficult by having issues you're not allowed to have. This explains why they say things like, why do you have to keep talking about the past? Why can't you let it go? Why don't you let us live in peace? And why do you always have issues? Why can't you be happy and let me be happy? For them, peace and happiness in this context are your total obedience, slavery, silence, and tolerance. The more you ask, the worse you become in their eyes, and the more they would devalue you. Number 4 and the last one, doing something well and getting praise for it from other people in front of the narcissist. This one is easy because they have to have all eyes on them. They want everyone to be crazy about the next startup plan they will fail at executing. They want everyone to treat them differently than others with the highest regard possible, or in a case where it is a covert, vulnerable narcissist that you are dealing with, they want everyone to validate their perpetual victimhood and how they have been wronged by everyone, how their children have left them, how they are surviving on medicines, and how their life is a total mess. They need everyone to feel sorry for them and cater to their infantile need to be told that they are right and everyone else is wrong, that they have been abandoned and rejected. They want to trigger people's savior complexes and have them take their side while isolating you. They can't stand you getting any praise, validation, or approval. It is all theirs, and you become their enemy when you are the center of people's attention. This is why they destroy your special occasions and always find a reason to make it about them. Your success of any form or nature is their trigger. They can't stand it. They have to have all of it for themselves, and they can't even imagine of sharing it in any way. That was it for today's episode. I hope you found it insightful, and before you leave, I have a question for you. Have you ever been in a situation where you were trying to hold the narcissist accountable, and instead of admitting to their faults, they said something like, I am done with you, I can't handle this anymore, we need to break up? Let me know in the comments below about your experiences and help other survivors feel connected. I'll talk with you in the next one. Till then, let the healing begin.